Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. Last time, we wrapped up the DLC content in the game by waking up Princess Filianor, and as a result, she sent us to the end of the world. A reasonable reaction. This time, it is finally time to start Lothric Castle. But first, there are a couple of small things that I want to go around and clear up. First of all, now that we've completed the Ring City DLC, the old woman at the top of the drag heap is now dead. She drops the old woman's ashes, so you can send her inventory over to the Shrine Handmaid. In the sky is another Radiance, but this one doesn't attack you. So it's possible, and very likely, that the old woman turned into that thing. Because she was friendly to you, so too is this thing. I think if you kill the old woman, then the Radiance there will be summoned and actually will attack you. Aha, there is an item I missed right here. Ring of Steel Protection +3. I am so glad I went back for this. Wow, that would have been bad to miss out on. So yeah, this is just off the bridge to the left of this area with the first Radiance. I forgot to go get that, and it's the Ring of Steel Protection +3. So definitely go get it. It's worth your time. Something I never really thought about is that you don't need to sell the lesser versions of the rings once you get the upgraded versions, because you could always put both of them on and have their effects stack. I don't think I'm going to do that, but that is an option. You could put on both Havel's rings and whatnot. So really, I should not have sold the original rings, because if you really want items, you can put both of the covetous gold serpent rings on. Excuse me, I have business to attend to, and it is not with one of you guys, just so you know. With Shira dead, her room over here is now accessible. Hopefully not to these guys. Well, they're gonna try, but they're gonna fail. Man, you're really trying, aren't you? Anyway, her set is in here. I guess she left her spare clothing set behind for us. Crown of Shira, knight in service to Filianor. Finally crafted with silver and fashioned with a pearl from a man-eater shell. I'm not sure what those are. Could be an enemy from a previous Dark Souls game. Shira delivered the crucified Mad King to a dark room where she stayed in her formal wear, even though none would see her. What are you trying to say, item description? With a spun gold shawl draped over the silver breastplate and a green woven skirt, this armor offers a subdued yet refined elegance, apropos to both a handmaiden of the princess and one whose veins course with royal blood. I'm surprised Bloodborne never used the phrase royal blood. There is like a castle in that game, so. One article of Shira's night garb. They don't have as much to say about the gloves, which, fair enough, they're much smaller than the others. Neither the gloves nor the pants have much to say. Here's her set in the dark, moody lighting of this torch, but it looks really cool. It does have a nice green color when we're actually exposed to the sky. I will wear this at a later time, but for now, before I forget, I'm gonna put on the Black Witch set as we go through the rest of our tasks. And because I forgot to say it before, more like Dark Eater mid-tier. Thank you. I'll be here all night. I was hoping that wouldn't happen for the whole series. Oh, man. Alright. It's dark. It's hard to see, alright? Give me a break. Why does it look like I have scars in my back? Is that what being muscular looks like? I wanted to try going back to Filianor's room after accessing the Slave Knight Gale Arena, the Wasteland or whatever. And she's gone. Okay, that might be it. Yeah, that's it, because you're expected to just take the bonfire back to the Wasteland if you want to go back there, so. I mean, it makes sense that she'd be gone. Because she traveled to the future with us, clearly. Though not in the same way we did. Like, we went through some kind of G-Man stasis where she actually experienced time. Now, back in the painted world of Ariandel, within the Corvian settlement. I was mistaken in thinking that the guy in here was just gone. Apparently, he's somewhere outside. Is this him? I think this is just an enemy. And here he is. He's looking up towards the chapel? Yes, the chapel.
Oh, my, thank you. I can hear the crackling from here. The sound of my home. the painting of Ariandel burning away.
He gives you a Titanite slab. That makes this a total of 3 Titanite slabs available in Ashes of Ariandel. I believe there are 5 in the Ringed City. And I think we have all of them? Hopefully? Maybe there's 4. I don't know. I'll look it up.
When the world rots, we set it afire for the sake of the next world. It's the one thing we do right, unlike those fools on the outside.
I think he's talking about the linking of the First Flame. We keep our age going by linking the First Flame, but they're willing to accept something new. Well, buddy, you'll be glad to know I'm on your side. That's it for every little thing remaining in the DLCs. Now for the base game. I actually missed an item on this bridge back in episode 5. I'm very glad that I viewed that. Makes me wonder how many other items I've missed. Look at how little damage I'm taking from the fire, wow. I'm just gonna tank it. Let's pick this up, whatever this is. Large soul of a deserted corpse. Thanks, Obama. What? Why did I get... I don't understand critical hits. Oh, I actually have a number of these already. I thought I only had the more upgraded ones, because that's all I've been getting in the past few areas. I even have 3 Fading Souls. How? Where did I get these? Because I never showed it, or I never died to curse. Here's what happens when the curse bar fills up. You turn into crystals. Not quite what I thought. You'd think you would be turning to stone because the basilisks are doing it, but I mean, crystals are kind of stones in a way, right? So maybe that counts. I believe you do drop your souls the same as normal, but you do not lose half of your maximum health when you revive and then need to go find an NPC to heal it. This is not Dark Souls 1. That mechanic sounds terrifying and extremely tedious to manage, especially with how quick the status effects built up in Dark Souls 1. Don't mind me, I'm gonna go this way. What? I did not know you were there at all. Here's my soul, safe and sound. On the walls throughout Cathedral of the Deep are... I don't know what those stone paintings are called, but it appears to be of some kind of cat-looking thing. Cats do indeed exist in this universe. Yes, this is an important topic. I needed to bring it up. I got another seed of a giant tree. From the NPC invasions in the Ringed City, I'm guessing. I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but you can trade items to the crow by dropping them right here instead of just on the nest up above. One notable trade that I unfortunately cannot do is giving the crow a vertebra shackle, which is one of the covenant items for the mound makers. If you give her one, you get the Luca Teal's mask. I could be pronouncing that wrong. It, looks terrifying, and that's about it. I believe this is based on a character from Dark Souls 2, so it's yet another reference to a past game.
Well, what warm umbral ash have we here? It's as if thy fate were with death entwined. But take no note of me, thy business is thine own. As by now thou surely knowest, there is little I love more than a gratuity of souls.
So the ashes were entwined with death. Pretty sure that's supposed to be a reference to how the pilgrims were ordained to die for some reason. I won't pretend to know the reason because I don't know the reason. The old woman's ashes give you embers, apparently. Alright, cool. This stack of embers is 5,000 each, while this one is 2,500 each. Okay then, I see how it is. We can now buy rusted coins infinitely, the split leaf greatsword, which she was selling us, a divine and hidden blessing, 5 embers and 3 rusted gold coins. So that's, I guess that's what this stack is. So yeah, it's her inventory. Not much else to say there. Switching on Silver Cat Ring instead of Ring of the Evil Eye. Because honestly, even the +3 version doesn't help you that much. I have kept you waiting long enough. Let's do this. Finally. Let's go after Prince Lothric. I do have quite a few souls, but not enough for a level up. I need 50,000 for those. As we've been over, the right path leads to absolutely nothing. Or does it? But the central path is where we would like to go. Starting off, we have a hollowed cleric with a Lothric knight that appears to be busy doing something until you step to that point in the room, and then he is no longer busy doing that thing. I think I want to sneak around, kill the hollow cleric first, because it is possible for the Lothric knight not to see us here. The hollow cleric sure does, so let's boom, boom. Wow, okay, even with the buff you had, you still died in a lot of hits. I think the buff this guy gets does increase his attack, so we should be careful. Oh my god. And he has a big shield, because of course he does. Return of the Lothric Knights. They shouldn't be as strong as the ones from the Dreg Heap, thankfully, but they'll be powerful. They were never enemies to sneeze at. I don't know why sneeze at was picked for that phrase specifically. Alright. Alright. You know, I think what he's doing right there is a skill, a weapon art, that I have never done yet, despite loving Irithil's straight sword. The stance skill. I think I should use it. In a second, I will. Here, you know what? This guy's too much health. Let's buff our own damage. Drink. And we're gonna... Nope. He's changing his mind. Nope. Alright, his buff ran out, and I don't know if that buffed his defense or what, but either way, large titanite shard and an ember, so you can get embers from them. He's guarding at the end of the room here. Soul of a crestfallen knight. That's it. Okay. Knight was taking care of a crestfallen knight on a corpse of presumably said crestfallen knight. Contraption does not move. Okay then, whatever you say. It is kind of weird how the elevators work in this game. Are the levers only able to be pulled when you've actually seen and stepped on the elevator from the other end? It's something that I think this game does a better job of explaining than Bloodborne, since most of the elevator shortcuts lead to a locked door that's locked from one side, so... Alright, more Lothric Knights. We'll take them the same ways. Actually, I was going to use Irithil Straight Sword. Oh, there's a hollow cleric in here. Oh, God. Okay, we might die here. That's okay. Even though this is literally the start of the next area, that's okay. We can die here. All we want... Kia heals them too. Okay. We gotta do a killing. Kill. Murder. Thanks. Alright. I want to take out the guy with the spear first, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's use stance! That did nothing. That did not help me whatsoever. Thanks. Okay. When they're both attacking at the same time like this, there's basically no way to avoid their damage. Okay, why am I going for that? I know the regular attacks work just fine. I should just be using those. Alright, that was a train wreck. I forgot the cleric was there, but I won't forget this time. We go in the second time with a little bit more knowledge. That is basically what this game is. You go in, each time you die, you go in with a little bit more knowledge. And eventually, you overcome the obstacles in your path. There are a few exceptions to that, but that's generally how things work. Okay, I think I can kill the hollow cleric. Wait for the knight to... No, God! Now, of course you have to be left with one health at a time such as this. Of course. Of course. I did the same to you. Hey, that actually staggered him really well. Nope. That still hit. That still hit me. Incredible. Fuck off. Alright. Into the next room. I now know. Kill you first. There we go. It's a two-shot before you give the buff. Now we can fight you as was properly intended. Properly intended's a little redundant. Man, I don't know if any of you have watched Word Girl, but Lady Redundant Woman is, I think, the best name for that character in because, you know, the whole show's about learning words, and redundancy is one of them, and Lady Redundant Woman, I love that name. It took me years to, like, you know, at the time when I was really watching it, I didn't know what redundant meant. But over the years, as I've learned about what it means, I've appreciated that name so much more. Large Titanite Shard and large Titanite Shard. I assume that's basically what we're going to be getting for the rest of this game. Someone's a little late to the party, man. They're all dead already. What do you think you can do? Heal yourself? Yes, you can do that, but I won't let that happen. That guy is like chilling over here asleep and doesn't activate for a long time, so you get plenty of time to kill the knights first. After those few enemies, we get another bonfire. It's a little bit of a short stretch to the next bonfire, but I mean, they're tough enemies. I certainly wouldn't want to fight them every single time. Now we are in Lothric Castle proper. Let's rest at this bonfire and look at something spooky. The Lothric Knight spawns in this room with you, but then leaves the door before he can actually notice you. You cut it really, really close with that. What's out here? Oh, yes. This is a drop down back to the right path in the Dancer's Cathedral. I guess if you want to go back into the Dancer's Cathedral, I see no reason to, but it's there. Hey, to the right, Mimic. I know that chain is safe. It's a safe chain. Hood of Prayer, Robe of Prayer, Skirt of Prayer. Prince Lothric's robe. Did he forget to bring it with him or something? The prince destined to be a Lord of Cinder was cherished by the royal family despite being born into illness, a frail and shriveled child. His swaddling clothes were made of aged coarse cloth used in ancient prayer and are all that he has ever worn. And now they're in a chest down here, which implies that... Oh, never mind. Alright, the rest just say the same thing. I will wear that eventually. But first, fireplace that we can stand inside of. I actually forgot that you could. There's nothing secret in there, but you can stand inside of that, and I thought that would be cool. Welcome to Lothric Castle. We're here, and that looks extremely low poly. That looks like it came off the PlayStation 2 over there or something, but that's okay since it's background environments that we're not exploring. This place is kind of a retread of High Wall of Lothric, but the enemies are tougher. And I like that. It's a lot like Yargul Unseen Village in Bloodborne, not only because, you know, the sky's different due to our game progression and we're going through, like, the starting area of the game again, but it's also one of the last areas of the main game progression, if not the last area of the main game progression. I see you there. You are not hidden at all, sir. In fact, you look kind of creepy, but... Alright. He's gonna try to ambush me thinking he's all cool, but he barely even made a step towards me, so good luck with that. We are killing these enemies in 2 hits, even though we kill the ones in High Wall of Lothric in 1 hit. And that's because, well, enemies throughout this game... Okay, well, never mind, I guess we are one-shotting some of them, but... The enemies throughout this game, as you go into the next areas, even if they are the exact same enemy in terms of moveset, they are always given higher stats, higher health, higher defense, higher all of that, higher damage. Who's there? Oh, hello, you're there. The regular, McDonald's visitor. I don't know, that's all I had. The Winged Knight. We've only fought one of these other guys, and it was really, really early in the series, and I absolutely do not have their moveset down because they are such a rare enemy. No, 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 no. I think I know why I wanted to call the Ringed Knights in the Ring City Ringed Knights for all the time. It's because of these guys, since they're the Winged Knights. I think that might be... I mean, there might be 2 here. Winged Knight Twin Axes. I could try to learn their moveset, but there's so few of them in the game, and even in this area, I don't know if it's worth it. Paired beheading axes wielded by the Winged Knights, who swore themselves to the Angels. You mean the angels in the freaking drag heap? These axes, more befitting of an executioner than a knight, are indented to fit the human body. Technique? It doesn't say skill, it says technique. Was this one of the first item descriptions written for the game? That's weird. I never noticed that. That's so weird. Maybe that's also the case for another weapon that I just hadn't seen. Alright. Well, thanks for your axes. I'm not interested in them, personally. I think they take too much strength or whatever. Do they? I didn't actually pay attention. No, actually, I have enough. Never mind. Well, I'm not using them anyway, so screw you. Get rid of these barrels. This wall's popping out a little bit with an archway. What we got here? a secret area. That's what we got here. With a painting of a winged knight. I guess this is their home. And the winged knight set. Well, winged knight, winged knight, winged knight. There was one in the first level of the game, none anywhere else, and now they're all just suddenly here at the end. Cool. Armor of the Winged Knights extort themselves to the angels. Worship of the divine messengers was viewed as heresy in Lothric and unrecognized by any of the 3 pillars of rule. This is believed to be why Gertrude, the heavenly daughter, was imprisoned in the lofty cell of the Grand Archives. I love it when the item descriptions just bring up some random new person that we've never heard of before. And that is why Gertrude was over here. Sacred Bloom Shield. Treasured antique of the Way of White, known to some as the Sorcerer's Bane. The large blossom design that graces the shield is said to be a sacred flame, and the shield is blessed with high magic protection. It also has the skill of Spell Parry. There's actually 4 shield skills, I didn't know that. Repel an attack at the right time to follow up with a critical hit. Works while equipped in either hand, also deflects spells, so it's unique in that way. The shield, I mean, and the skill. So we can either drop down over here to our death, or we can drop down over here to our life. Such a hard decision. I don't know which one I'm gonna go with. Oh, hello. Are those the excuse me? Excuse me? That's rude. That person just threw an undead hunter charm onto us, meaning we can't heal. You notice the Estus flask is grayed out in the lower left. Okay. This guy I'm gonna have to be careful with. And I proceed to not be careful with. Let's try Battle Axe. No, no, no. Can this charm wear off already? God, I'm bad at talking today. Sorry about that. Oh, this works great. Oh, this works so good. Yeah, I might be a little over-leveled for this area, as in normal game progression, you are intended to come here first before doing stuff like Archdragon Peak or the DLCs, or perhaps even Consumed King's Garden and Untended Graves. This man's reaching up into the sky. He's got a weary warrior on him, a large one. Okay, we got a big spear guy over here, just going back to all the enemies in the first area. Love to see it. Or the second area, the Cemetery of Ash counts. I mean, still, the Cemetery of Ash was like a linear romp with 3 enemies on the way, and the Udex Gundyr was the main attraction of it. It was the main reason why it's so difficult, and it's a substantial level. And then after that, this is like when the game... High Wall of Lothric, I mean, is when the game like properly starts. 2 Titanite chunks. Down there, we can see the Dancer's Cathedral with the pattern in the sky and the road leading up to it. This is another example of the game exaggerating distances. The Dancer's Cathedral is not that far down. In fact, we've only risen a little bit. But it is once again using the fact that we've climbed up a ladder, we went down a path that winds around to the right, to confuse us and make us think we've traveled higher than we have. It's a nice little visual deception. I always like that. I find it really interesting. That guy with the Undead Hunter Charm is an item up there, implying we'll be able to access that at some point. I sure hope so we can get our revenge against him. For now, I guess I could throw Pyromancies at him. I could try. I think spells from a Sorcerer Staff would work better since they don't drop like the Pyromancies do. Oh, never mind. This works great. Hang on. Alright, target him. I am being hit by the truck. Alright, I'm done. Not fiddling with this game's stupid aiming mechanics any further. Let's just keep going. Oh, look at this. I love how this looks. There's a big bridge up there. There's the big tower to the right. There's the big dome to the left somewhere over there. We have a bonfire right here pretty soon after the first one, but like before, I think it was a decent distance we just crossed. I don't mind at all to have this. Let's get the Ember. My shadow is... Oh, okay, interesting. My shadow's flickering. I have a lot of dead Lothric Knights. Either dead or dying. Probably dying. Let's switch our weapon to the Great Sword. Oh, and I should probably use the club at some point, huh? I guess we could switch Straight Sword to the club. +8. I should really get this to +10. I've got plenty of Titanite slabs. Then, let's switch armor. I know I didn't wear this for very long, but it is time to switch. Hey, this looks really cool, actually. Let's do Shira's set, which looks awesome. Holy, I love Shira's set. One of the best looking sets in the game for sure. Yeah, I probably won't be able to get every single armor set in, but I'll try to change it frequently, as I remember to do so throughout this last area. Now, we have a bridge here with a ancient wyvern. Prepare for trouble and make it double. With them both breathing across the bridge, there is absolutely no time or window for us to be able to cross it. So let's go do something else first, such as slaughter this guy. He's got red eyes, just like the one down below, but I don't believe he can be buffed. Oh god, okay, let's get to attacking. Oh, he's got a spear. Oh no, might be a new spear as well. I swear this guy attacks differently than the other Lothric Knights do. Okay. Now, I thought he was gonna jump. I could have sworn they jumped. I guess they don't. Let's drink. This goes to show Lothric Knights can still be tough with their stats scaled up. And that brings me to something that I think is kind of meh about this game. The fact that there are these enemies where they are identical to enemies from a previous area, but then they have their health and damage scaled up so that they're just the same. I mean, I don't mind scaling the health and damage up when it comes to, like, difficulty modifiers for other difficulties, or, even though it is one of the lazier ways to make harder difficulties, but still. Or anything like that, but I mean, coming from Terraria, where, at least on classic difficulty, every enemy had the same amount of health, same amount of damage, all the time, throughout the whole game. And by that, I mean that enemy types had their own health and damage that kept consistent throughout the whole game, not that every enemy had like 100 health. That would be boring as hell. Great Lance. I'll pause to read about this real quick. Lance features long pole, was originally intended to be used by knights for jousting. This weapon is primarily used in charging attacks and require tremendous strength and dexterity to be handled by a mere foot soldier. It's taking me this long to notice that there are no horses in the entirety of Dark Souls. They're not a single horse. They're only in Elden Ring, and that's it. That's kind of a weird thing to notice, but I guess I never missed them that much since I never noticed them. Okay, so they fit the entire Spears of the Church title on there, but they can't fit Blade of the Dark Moon? And maybe it's like a typo or a localization error, I don't know.
Welcome.
Let's get 34 endurance. I plan to take my endurance to 35, and then put 1 point to this, and then I'm happy with stats. Anyway, I know that they do scale the enemies up in these later areas to be about the same as they were when you first fought them, but it is just kind of weird that you come to an enemy, you come into a new area, you see an enemy that you fought before, and you're like, oh, I know how to fight these guys, and then they end up having more health and deal more damage to you, and then kill you, not because of their moveset, but because they just deal more damage, and that's it. It's just kind of weird. And also, especially in Dark Souls 3, the scaling happens, like, so naturally that it's hard to tell that you're making that much progress in how much damage you're doing. Okay, I think as they're resting like this, you do have a window to not run to the other side, but to get a little bit across and then drop down to this platform. There we go. Where there is Undead Bone Shard. It's been a long time since we've seen one of these things. Anyway, I honestly wonder if, let's say that this game didn't allow you to increase your maximum health or increase your damage in any way, but the same also applied to the enemies. Their health would stay exactly the same. Would the game really be all that different? Because it feels like whenever you go into a harder area, the enemies are taking the same amount of hits generally to die in as they were in the previous area. There are some enemies that are like quite more tanky, but that's what sets those enemies apart, and I'm okay with that. But like, if you couldn't increase your max health, and neither could the enemies, and also your damage for both sides, would the game be that much different? I don't know. This guy here is not your ordinary hollow. It is a pus of man. So let's throw fire at it. Oh, that does a lot. Okay. Pyromancies work best against them. Even fire bombs don't do that much. I think I want to equip Greatsword for this. Let us continue to pyromance them if we can. Oh god. Throw. There we go. We really are just going through a nostalgia trip of every enemy from the first area, aren't we? I'm okay with that. Brings them all back for one final hurrah. Man, that was surprisingly easy. Probably because I was using pyromancies. Definitely use pyromancies on them. It is quite useful. Pyromancies are good. There's an item on the other side, the platform on the other side of the bridge, but I guess we'll have to get that later. For now, let us do this. So weird. You can empty their health bar before they transform, but they still transform anyway. The ones in High Wall of Lothric allowed you to kill them before they transformed, and then you wouldn't have to deal with them, but I guess same doesn't apply to these guys. Oh well. Oh no. Oh god. I really don't like these enemies, I gotta be honest. I think they're too busy. There's too much happening. And their attacks seem to have like these really stupid combos that are super hard to dodge for no reason on top of that. So I definitely just cheese them with pyromancies and call it a day, because can you blame me? Oh my god, you didn't stagger? Take that. Thanks. Give me your Titanite shard and let's move on. We get a lot of souls from coming through here. I'm not sure if it's the same amount of souls generally as the Ringed City, but it could be. I think those guys are the only 2 pus of men in this area. Let's hope so. I see that glowing behind the boxes. You cannot hide that from me. 3 lightning urns. Okay. I guess I could try the lightning urns. I could have tried the lightning urns on Midir. Oh, ambush. Hold on. Hold on. I'll deal with you guys in a bit. What? You Why'd you disappear? And also, I'm in a critical hit. They got a backstab on me. I didn't know they could do that. He just went for it again. Okay. Cheapo. What is going... I do not remember all you guys. What? Okay. I do remember that there were enemies over here, but I didn't think it would be like this. It'd be this many of them. Okay. Come on. Will you guys? Nice backstab there, buddy. We're so proud of you. Oh my god. Will you guys let me attack you? Stand still, let me attack you. Please. Did someone despawn? Oh my fucking god. Take it to the face. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you is that you have a basic survival instinct. Come on, man. We don't want to live around here. We die all the time. That's what we undead are for. I'm sure you understand. Yeah, he did despawn. Wow. I guess the second group of the undead Hall of Thieves aren't supposed to be taken that far back. Well, for enemies we've seen and fought before plenty of times in the first area, that was surprisingly annoying. I feel bad about that fight. That did not go well. No matter, though, because I have all the Estus in the frigging world. The reason why I was rolling with 10 Estus for so long is because of how Estus works in Dark Souls 1, which I have yet to mention. Okay, large soul of a nameless soldier. Before I get into that, there is a winged knight, I think. Up here, yes. This is separate from the winged knight you fight inside the room that is inside this tower, I'm pretty sure, so... okay, took a second to get your bearings. I understand. We are a little bit high up. The high elevation can be hard to acclimate to. Okay. No. Man, your attacks are so delayed. It's unreal. I'm using the magic to help. Ooh, it's the guy with the Undead Hunter charms. Get rid of you. Okay, that was surprisingly easy. I mean, it's probably because I used the magic imbued sword. And it's also probably because I'm technically over-leveled for this area, but that's fine. Sniper crossbow and sniper bolt. Long-range heavy crossbow used by Karim snipers. Its lengthy base makes aiming difficult and accurate usage requires a trained dexterous hand. Its skill is also tackle. I haven't actually used tackle because I haven't used any of these here. Hang on, wrong screen. I feel like Dark Souls and From Software games are the only games nowadays that separate the inventory screen and the screen that lets you equip items. Every other game in existence puts them both into one screen. Here, I'm gonna use a crossbow. Let's do it. Guard, I think? Yes, guard. And now... Boom! Okay, that did nothing. I'm done. It did nothing, most likely because this weapon is not upgraded. I think that's it over here. Large shine next yard. I already got the item down here, right? As for what else is down here, why, absolutely nothing is down here, of course. I'm gonna go the other way. Actually, more souls, more level ups. Let's go this way. Punch attack you, and then get hit by your attack unavoidably because I didn't expect you to actually know, be What's the word for, like, people who know everything? Is it omniscient? Or is that, like, something I just made up? Okay, and also, am I mistaken, or is the archer shooting me through the floor? Hang on. Are you shooting me through the floor? Yes. Yes, he is. The arrow is passing through the floor. Okay. I'm sure that if I equipped a crossbow and shot back at him, that it would plink right off the floor, because that's just how Dark Souls is. Okay, so, reiterating, we do not want to go to the other side. That will kill us to death. Let's go down here instead. Anyway, on what I was going to say earlier about how the Estus Flask worked in Dark Souls 1. You know how in this game, we started with 4 total charges split between the Health Flask and the Ashen Flask, and then we could find Estus Shards to increase that, and other Bone Shards to increase the amount they heal. Dark Souls 1 was kind of similar. It did allow you to increase how much the Estus Flasks healed using the Firekeeper Souls. It was basically the equivalent of the Undead Bone Shards. But the number of Flask charges you had was different. This is a really bad situation we're in now. Please? I'm gonna be hit. I'm surprised it took y'all that long to hit me. The Pus of Man is trying to reach me. About my car's extended warranty, and it actually did. Wow, I guess I fell for the scam. Please, come on. Alright, let's just... Oh my god. Let's get this death over with, and then I'll continue this explanation. Whether the death is either my death or their deaths, let's get this over with. Whoa, 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 whoa. Friendo. There we go. There's you down. In Dark Souls 1, the Estus Flasks was at a constant base charge count of 5. You had 5 charges at pretty much all times, unless, this box is a little more shadowy than it should be, unless you decided to sit at a bonfire and kindle the bonfire. Any bonfire you find throughout the world could be kindled, and it would cost you 2 humanity because you needed to be in human form. So you then need to spend 1 humanity at the bonfire to turn into human form, and then another humanity to kindle it. What this would do is it would increase your maximum Estus charges to 10 for that bonfire. Every time you rested at that bonfire, you got 10 Estus instead of 5. Every other bonfire that is yet to be kindled, though, is still at 5. There are 2 Lothric Knights over here. I'm gonna start killing them. Oh, one of them has a great sword. Oh, dear. Okay, pretty sure this is where you're first supposed to encounter the first one with the great sword. Wait, what you doing? What you doing with that great... Oh! Bad things. You're doing bad things with that greatsword. You're doing illegal activities. You're not supposed to buff your weapons. You're not supposed to give yourself a combat advantage. Who do you think you are? Me? Okay, well, at least imbue it with magic. Here. Hey! Perfect! Lothric Knight Helmet, Titan Knight Chunk. Got it. I believe there was an upgrade you could find later in the game that would increase the maximum charges from kindling even further, but I'm not sure about that. Oh, actually, I think it allowed you to kindle the bonfires again with another point of humanity to increase your Estus charges further. I think it may have even gone up to 20, which is a lot. It's even more than this game allows, so... This game, though, if you can find the Estus shards, you get yourself a constant, like, 10 Estus for every bonfire in the game. It was a very interesting system, the kindling, and I did like it a lot. It's kind of a difficulty choice in that way. You can choose to, like, spend a resource to make the area you're in slightly easier. Of course, it doesn't make the enemies easier, but it gives you more health to survive it, which is pretty similar to making things easier. Alright, what do we got here? Raw Gem, Nameless Soldier, and then we have the dragons, the wyverns, whatever, floating. They're not floating. Hanging out right here. The guy's in an awkward position. Look at him. He has to bend his knees. Okay. Even before stepping out, they blow fire all over the place. So it's clear we are not welcome there. Let's head down here instead to a place we are also not welcome in. I don't think there are any other enemies down here, and that's good because we have, for the first time in a long time since episode 3, an Outrider Knight of the Boreal Valley. I don't think it should be too hard. Was that? Hang on. No, that was him breaking the object. I'm not sure how. How did that hit? Only one of those hits hit me when the others definitely did as well. I don't know about that. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Fine. Whatever you say. Just keep attacking with reckless abandon. Stamina? What's that? The pus of men is activating in the distance like he matters anymore. Okay, I have decided this time he's positioned differently. It's possible he heard me swinging at one point and went over to go check it out in the press attempt, but yeah, he's positioned differently here. I've decided this time I'm going to do the opposite of fight fire with fire because we're fighting ice with ice. Of course, he can swing it much faster than me because life's unfair. What can I say? Okay, kill you, and then stab, and then... What? Nice. Frickin' hell. Alright, I need to heal. Don't do anything stupid like that. He's at 1 tick of health, come on. Expected the second attack. There we go. He drops Irithyll Raper. Nowhere near as interesting as Irithyll Straightsword in my opinion, but it's still worth taking a look at. Neither of those are it. Thrusting Sword bestowed upon the Outrider Knights of the Boreal Valley. Every Outrider Knight one day devolves into a beast, constantly hounded by Pontiff Sullivan's black eyes. I don't know why this one was sent all the way here, but I guess I also don't know why Vort or the Dancer was sent all the way to where they were. Okay, this is a Mimic. This is not. Let's start by opening this. Titanite Scale, cool. I wonder what that Mimic could possibly contain in this chest. I can't see the chain on this one because of the rubble. I'm not sure. I think there are a couple of very minute details onto what's a Mimic and what's not. Okay, that looks like a Mimic. Let's just attack. Okay, safe. Twinkling Titanite. Safe. Twinkling Titanite, and you aren't fooling anyone, buddy. I know I could use an Undead Hunter Charm on the real chest. That's twice now. Spirit Tree Crest Shield. Hello, Ori in the Blind Forest. A knight's shield engraved with a crescent depicting a spirit tree. One of the enchanted blue shields. Sorry, my nose is clogging up with a bunch of shit because I'm talking for a long time. I don't know why that happens. It's just something my nose likes to do. For sport. I can't believe 2 separate occasions the Mimics have indirectly... Oh, you're the guy who's throwing Undead Hunter Charms over there. Okay, who's standing over here. 2 separate times, the Mimics have completely fooled me into believing that a real chest was one of them. God, the paranoia that the existence of Mimics must infuse into people. I don't know if that's the right word at all. Okay, you're gonna... No, you're not gonna breathe fire. You're gonna give me time to run to the other side, aren't you? What a good little dragon. There are items out here. We're gonna grab them later. Let's just get inside this room while we have the chance. Yes, you're all very impressive. Hi. Okay. That's right. This place is Firebomb Central over here. Or as you Bloodborne fans may know them as, Molotov Cocktails. Or as your Elden Ring fans may know them as, Fire Pots. It is so funny to me that, like, every single From Software game, except for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which is very different, has basically reskinned versions of the exact same items throughout all of the games. Like, Dark Souls has the Dark Sign to reset you back to the last bonfire at the cost of your souls. Then Bloodborne has the Hunter's Mark, which does the same thing. And then Elden Ring has, what is it? It's some kind of grace icon or something that does the same thing. And then they all have some equivalent of fire bombs. They all have some kind of, like, Estus flask. I mean, the Flask of Crimson Tears in Elden Ring is just the Estus flask. Literally. Blood vials in Bloodborne work a little bit differently, but still. It's the same general idea. Okay, come on. Hit you in the... Please? Please, this man has sustained enough first-degree burns from this. Okay, I've gone far enough away that I can't aim anymore. Let's try this. Alright, I'll climb the ladder then. Jesus. Okay, climbing the ladder triggers him to start climbing the ladder down. Or them, I don't know. 253 damage, though, no big deal. Large soul of a nameless soldier. Oh yeah, and I can't forget about the homeward bones in Bloodborne. It's a bold hunter's mark as opposed to the regular hunter's mark. Okay. Oh, perfect. I did not intend that, but that worked out really well. Let's go out here first, since what's over there is a little tricky to deal with. Titanite chunk. Okay, this takes us back out to the field with the dragons. So let's do. Oh, sorry, the wyverns. I need to appease the mythological winged beasts that breathe fire crowd. Yeah, what do we got? I think I could just start attacking. Am I right about that? Yes, seems like it. The wyverns have a pus of man embedded in their foot. That's gotta sting. That, I guess it's like an overgrown blister or something. And said blister is weak to fire, fittingly enough. Do you get blisters from fire? I'm not sure. So we're just gonna keep pyromancing it, going for a couple hits, and then run away as it does its thing. This pus of man is unable to move, and as a result, it has special ranged attacks. I'm gonna actually let it live for a bit so we can show them off. It does spit stuff, yes. Spits all that stuff. Oh, that inflicts curse. Oh, that could be problematic. Okay. There we go. Let's just pyromance you. And down you go. That kills, also gives a large titanite shard. That kills the wyvern. Both of them. The other one is now laying limp. And they are now both down. So, cool. I hear the crystal lizard. Is that the one I missed in the alleyway with the thief guys? It could be. Let's see. Well, that one is back, but I think there might be another one. Oh, yes, there is. Let's kill. Nice. 2 twinkling titanite. Got out here in the field where there once were wyverns is a, was that a titanite scale? Yeah. Ember. And then up here is an ember. Then a refined gem, which I've no need for, but 6 lightning urns after that. You can tell with the items here that they do sort of intend you to come here before doing all the optional stuff that I went to go do. And if you're following along in this playthrough, I would recommend doing Lothric Castle first to get those items, as they could help you. I just decided not to, and that was my choice. It does not have to be yours. Alright, thank you, thief guy. You're not annoying at all. 2 twinkling titanite from that. Perfect. Over here is what triggers the rest of them. Cool. You're definitely supposed to kill them as you go, not let them build up. Like a dummy. That is me. I'm a dummy. I'm the dummiest dummy that's ever dummied. Usually you sit over here. Interesting. Bam, endurance 35, and we are now level 100. Okay, well, I guess we took care of both of the wyverns, and now we can cross this bridge in peace. And now we can access this gate over here. Is there a lever? Or is this not the way in? Actually, I don't think that's the way in. The gate is there, we can see it, but we're supposed to go somewhere else first. Namely, the other route in this room, which we have yet to go down. So that does... God. Okay. Man, the people in here are perfectly coordinated. You wouldn't expect it from Mad Hollows, but... they work together pretty well. They got good teamwork. They got good synergy. Okay. Oh, this platform. Oh, this is just. There's a staircase leading from there over here. Well, that would be useful to know. I did not know that. That is awesome. Okay. How many times have I said okay? All right, kill you. No, that didn't work. That's fine. We can deal with them. I'm assuming it wakes up the enemies over here. Does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, cool. Let's get the item out here then. Titanite scale? Oh, is this supposed to wake up you guys? Maybe. Okay. Oh no, I need to heal. These guys are much stronger in this area. Will you get out of my face? I didn't mean to kick you. Sorry, buddy. Like I said, I always kick when I don't want to. I have never kicked when I actually want to. It's always when I didn't want to. It's possible to avoid kicking by just, like, not clicking forward on the control stick at the same time as you click the attack button, but sometimes I just do it out of habit, because I don't remember things that well. You'll have to give me a break here. Pale pine resin in the corner. I'm realizing now I haven't used a single pine resin in this entire series. And, I mean, the reason why is because you can't use pine resins on any of the weapons I like. Like, all of the weapons I like that deal the most damage or the most fun, swing the fastest, they are either scale with Twinkling Titanite or scales, or they're infused, so I can't use it. This guy is actually a mimic, so let's kill him. The Undead Hunter Charm trick on this is was so cool to learn. Oh, he's a crawling type. No. No, he crawls. Okay. Alright, gotta watch out for that grab. He got me with... You got me? Okay, you didn't kill me. Thank you. Thank you for not killing me. Alright. Yeah, alright, nice. I swear. I think the best games are the ones that you learn something new about every time you play. And Dark Souls... The Dark Souls games are the perfect example of that kind of game. Where there's always something new that you didn't know about, that you find when you're playing. When I replayed Hollow Knight, I kept discovering new relic locations that I didn't know about, or even full-on new dialogue or NPC encounters I didn't see on my first playthrough, which I have recorded and uploaded on this channel if you'd like to check it out. Shameless plug. Lothric Knights with their helmets taken off, revealing that their heads are just as empty as they are. Lever! Is this the lever that I was looking for that gate? Sure was. We have a bit of a shortcut in here now. No need to go through the dark room anymore. We could just head right through the gate, as was intended for this castle. Castles were always intended to be accessed through the front door. That seems pretty self-explanatory. Oh, no. Oh, I thought that was a cleric. That's just you buffing your weapon. That's fine. Buff your weapon all you want. I'm still gonna kill you. Eventually. It might take me a couple tries, but I might... Oh, there we go. There's the cleric. Oh, no. Okay, come on. Kill you before the cleric can heal you. I think the best idea might be to run past and go kill the cleric. Okay, thankfully, cleric did not get off the heal in time. Or the clerics, sorry. Didn't mean to miscount you. Large Titanite shard. I hear another one walking down below. Funnily enough, it's the same walking noise as the executioner guys in Bloodborne. With the big axes that swing around. One of them's in Central Rearnam. They're kind of like the Black Knights of the game. Except that they appear in pretty shortly after, instead of the Black Knights, which come much later in the game. Alright. I definitely noticed a lot of reuse of sound effects throughout the FromSoft games, like many of the background ambiences for when you're inside a room or when you're like standing in an open space with the wind. Many of those are the exact same in every single game. But that's not a problem at all. Who cares about wind sounds? Who actually notices that wind sounds from two games are the same other than me? And we all know that many things in this world were not made for me alone. That is it for the enemies down here. I think the clerics came from down here, where there are resting Lothric Knights, I'm assuming. As well as an Ember chilling out. I'm fine with the Embers. In fact, I might put one on. Let's do that. I got plenty of... Wow, my health goes up by so much. Alright, this is the highest health I'm getting throughout the series, which is 1,576. Jeez, that's a lot. Compared to, like, the 400 we started with, that's a lot. Okay, more of those same statues. And now, out here, we have a couple of places to go and see. Such as this elevator with a sunlight medal on the ground next to it, and a fog door. A medal received by members of the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant for victory over the final foe when summoned. Summoner also gains the same medal. The medal, engraved with the holy symbol of the sun, is slightly warm and reminds one of the great honor of a shared victory. We are finally nearing the altar for the Warriors of Sunlight, which we have not seen yet. It'll be coming up very shortly. For now, I want to go in here. I did hear those summon signs, but I want to go into this room. What's out here in this balcony? Emptiness so far? No. Red Tearstone Ring. We probably should have had this a long time ago. Temporarily boosts attack when HP is low. This one's more for the no-hit runners. Because, like, they're trying not to get hit so they can damage themselves on purpose. Because taking damage does not end the run. Getting hit by an enemy is what ends the run. That's what no-hit means. But for regular gameplay, I don't know. If I'm one hit away from death, what's an extra, like, 20 damage gonna matter? I'm sure that's what it is when you factor in defense, like 20 damage. Big bridge over there. That's the same bridge that that the fog wall leads to. There was an ominous-looking, butterfly thing, like one of those things with hovering over it that is gone now that we're looking at the bridge from this view. Kind of funny to notice. Oh, we exited through one of the windows. That's cool. Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember seeing this in a video recently. I didn't know this, but you can drop down here. And, oh, does that consume King's Garden or a little forest back there? It's like a park in Lothric. I like that. Even a kingdom as old as this doesn't rule out recreation as being important. Kaitha's Chime, and this takes us back down to the first two Lothric Knights in the lower area. Or not the first two. The two of them, you know what I mean. Sacred Chime blessed by Kaitha, Goddess of Tears, rare even amongst Karim clerics. Affected by intelligence, a rare thing for miracle catalysts, and also agreeable with miracles that lean towards the dark. Its existence is concealed in the name of the Archbishop, as it is anathema. Oh, let me out. No. Let me out. Oh my god. Almost died to these guys. Okay, back up here. What I wanted to show is, for the boss ahead, you can summon Cirrus of the Sunless Realms. You may not remember her since it's been a long time. She's the one who appeared in Firelink Shrine and then gave us the Silver Cat Ring, and whom we helped to defeat Kraton the Wanderer and Holy Knight Hodrick, her own grandfather. Secondly, back over in this room is another summon sign, Aegon of Karim. He was the guardian, or is the guardian, for Irina of Karim. He's the one in Undead Settlement who told us, don't bother, you're gonna die anyway. And then as soon as we freed her, he was like, okay, I guess we can be allies or something. So, you can summon him for this. This is the second and last time he's summonable. Then at the end of this room is an elevator, which does not move. Cool, good to know. That's it for over here. Now, this elevator goes down very, very slowly. Oh god, don't walk out of it. Do people in medieval times never think to put safeties on their machines? Jeez. Yeah, if they did, they probably weren't safe because they were for, like, soldiers to use, and soldiers were trained extensively to be safe when using elevators, so they weren't like a modern day thing that ordinary civilians and peasants, I guess, use. That takes us back down into the Dancer's Cathedral. I told you that it wasn't that far down from Lothric Castle. I'm guessing the elevator is slow, moves that slowly, to give you the idea that you're traveling down far, even though you're not, if you just pay attention to the surroundings as it goes down. So let's set that bonfire as our new checkpoint and head back up. And now there's no need to fight this guy anymore. Just run to the left, go into the elevator. Why is this elevator so long? Oh my god. Definitely send this back down every time you die up here. Does not open from this side. Strange. Well, we've got a couple more things to look at. Let's start with this ladder. There are enemies over there, as you can see, so we're going to be climbing on a roof. Oh, we're going to be climbing on a roof above the path down there. That's cool. I love to see how these places fit together. They fit together so well. It's really cool. Was that an item I saw over here? Yes, it sure was. Titanite Chonk. Forgot to say Chonk the last many times that I picked one up. Was that a thing over there that wasn't rendering? Anyway. Let's not focus our time on that, because we have 2 archers and a big guy to deal with. I'm gonna take care of the archers, because they're just gonna be annoying. Let's let you hit, and then we're gonna go kill you. Kill. God damn it. No, that's hitting me. Get inside, get inside. Okay, heal. Let's use Greatsword on you, because this staggers you very well, and also, you seem to be weak to it. There we go. And now for you. Boom, there we go. Not too hard. Although, again, I'm over level for this. That's okay, though. You know, I was fiddling around with the order in which I would do areas a lot in this playthrough, and I eventually settled on doing Lothric Castle last just because I think it fits really well. It's the final area of the base game. It makes it feel a lot more climactic towards the end, and you do get a very clear option to do all of the optional content before it, so it's just that the items inside and the experience and whatnot and the difficulty of enemies recommends that you do it first before the optional stuff. In that way, we're going to have a much easier time for the rest of the series, but I'm okay with that. We've seen and defeated the biggest challenges this game has already, so what's the problem with the last couple episodes being a bit easier? I have no problems with that, especially if my computer's going to continue to have performance issues. I'll try to look into that. I hope that won't be a huge issue going forwards. Knight's Ring. Speaking of items that you're probably supposed to have before the optional areas, increases strength. In Lothric, the Knight has long been considered one of the 3 pillars of the King's rule, and thus were allowed to rear dragons. This boosts your strength by 5 points. Same with the Priestess Ring. There are, in fact, 2 more rings that increase your dexterity and intelligence by 5 points throughout this area. The Faith one is available in the Untended Graves, but the rest of them are found throughout Lothric Castle, so yet another reason why you should probably come here first before the optional stuff, so you can have that stat boosting stuff. I didn't have much of a need for it, thankfully. Oh, we got a dude with red eyes. Okay, let's get out the Greatsword for this. Let's try a Greatsword of Judgment against you, because let's have a Greatsword duel. We both have Greatswords. Yeah, I can do that too. You're not special. You think you're special. You're not. Take that. Take that again. Oh, halfway dead, mostly. That might be healing him slowly, though, so let's... Okay, he has hyper armor for that. Makes sense, makes sense. Don't kill me in one... God, those moments when you think the healing animation couldn't possibly be long enough to let yourself get hit there, and then it is. Hey, at least it's not Dark Souls 1's healing animation. In Dark Souls 1, if you went to go drink an Estus flask, you could not move at all. It was literally like this. You had to stand still for the entire animation. And the animation was also slightly longer, if I'm not mistaken. It was like 4 solid seconds of having all movement ripped away from you. It was probably the most annoying healing animation in any game I've ever played. I even like it less than Hollow Knight, which sounds hypocritical because Hollow Knight's healing system is pretty much exactly the same. That opens up this door, and inside this room, Altar of Sunlight. Praise the sun! It is the altar for the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant, where we can turn in sunlight metals. I believe there are also some sunlight metals in this chest behind it. No. There's moonlight metals instead. They kind of look like moonlight. Well, there we go. That's every Covenant altar discovered. Hi. Go away. Anyway, yeah. I think I still prefer Hollow Knight's healing system, because there you're holding down a button, which makes your lack of movement throughout that whole time make sense. Whereas in Dark Souls 1, you just tap a button once and then watch as your character does the most lackadaisical drink animation of all time. Here, you at least get to move around a bit. Like, you get to move around a bit, and that alone, even though the healing animation is basically the same besides that, that one change alone makes the healing animation feel so much better. Oh, wait. I was about to go fight the boss. There's actually one more thing we need to do. This pile of rubble here can drop us down to a platform below. You want Silver Cat Ring for this. You're gonna take a load of fall damage if you don't have it. There's another pus of man inside this other wyvern. Ow, that's bad. I did not know that could attack me through walls because, you know, I put reasonable logic into the process of fighting creatures. Alright, let's kill, and then run away. Throw another one. Because it didn't stagger. There we go. Kill. Boom. That noise is so satisfying. I love it. I wish it was used more. I wish it was used for every boss. That would be awesome. I also kind of wish the bosses exploded into a particle firework a little bit more. Some of them do. Udex Gundyr and Champion Gundyr do. But too many of them just kind of go, change the world. My final message. Goodbye. Anyway, Hello, Mimic. I didn't mean to attack you that jankily. That's just what happened. Let's try Greatsword against you. Two-handed Greatsword. The two-handed Greatsword is really good, actually, and I think I should have used it more in my first two play. Thankfully, no, that did not insta-kill me, because my health is much higher than it should be here, most likely. Or it's not, or it's just fine. My health is just fine, okay? Okay. What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? I only know of that song because of a free, in-browser game that was basically Prop Hunt. And you could do a bunch of taunts in that game that would just play copyrighted music, basically. And everyone in every lobby just spammed it over and over again. Was that Lothric Knight's sword you dropped? Sunlight Straight Sword. This featureless longsword contains the very power of the sun. Is this new? I don't know. No, I can't sort them by most recently collected like you can in Elden Ring. So, I don't know. That could be it. If it isn't, then whoops. Concealed within this corpse's grasp is Braille Divine Tome of Lothric. A sacred Braille tome from Lothric filled with miracles for use by knights. Give to a storyteller to learn Lothric miracles. It is said that no paladin inside Lothric Castle could fall, owing to the divine protection they enjoyed. We have another divine tome for Irina. It's been like forever since we've actually talked to her. So we're gonna go get that from her. In the meantime, though, let's see what our... Oh, I already picked it up, yeah. Your reward for killing the second wyvern, which you can otherwise ignore, is a crestfallen knight. You do all that, discover the secret area, slay the wyvern, slay the pus of man within the wyvern, and your reward is a sad knight. And that is it for the optional stuff within Lothric Castle. At least, for now, the first half. So let us fight the boss. Welcome back, old friends! Dragonslayer Armour! This is the same thing that we fought in the Ring City, but you are supposed to fight it here first. It is a boss, the boss of the first half of Lothric Castle. Swings this giant lightning thing around and also bashes you with its shield, both of which deal a lot of damage. It doesn't have a whole lot of health, but other than that, yep, it's a straightforward duel. Now, take a listen to this music. It is awesome. The first phase especially. Second phase is okay, which we are now in, by the way. The big pygmy butterflies on the side, as they are known as, will join in the fight, shooting projectiles at us while we're having the duel. It is pretty awesome. You can listen out to which one's attacking you. They make quite a loud sound as they go to attack. And, well, I guess we won't be able to demonstrate them that much. Alright, trying this again. He's got a lot of different combos. I cannot possibly keep all of them in mind, but he doesn't have much health, so it doesn't matter that much. Just react on the fly, react to what you see coming, and you should be good. He's not too hard of a boss, in my opinion, but man, is he awesome. This is supposed to be Dragonslayer Ornstein's armor. I don't think there's anyone actually inside the armor, because it's implied that the butterflies on the side are controlling it. Alright, we got you, man, we're just staggering you left and right, I guess. Second phase already. Okay, I'm going to let the second phase play out so that hopefully the butterflies will show off all of their attacks, because they're awesome. Oh, no. Alright, we just doing normal projectiles again? Oh, that was a bad time to heal, wasn't it? Okay, it wasn't that bad. I got some healing off. Okay, yeah, they're just using normal projectiles again. It's hard to tell where they're coming from, but I find for the most part, that doesn't matter. Oh, he's breaking the sides of the bridge as we do this. Oh my god. Let's switch to Irithyll Straightsword. And then, come on, butterflies, do your other attack. Your other attack is cool. Come on, butterflies, do it. Okay, this is a good weapon to use. Okay, I think they're starting to. Okay, one of them is. Let's see. Yes, they can draw a laser on the ground that then explodes a second later. Very similar to that one, to not only Dark Eater Midir's attack, but that one Amygdala in Bloodborne in the Unseen Village. I guess they had a lot of inspiration from Bloodborne in Dark Souls 3, and you can see it. I mean, you can see the Bloodborne influence on this game. Okay. We got more attacks from them coming in. I just want to leave this boss alive a little bit longer to show off how cool it is. I just love it. Okay. Nope, nope, nope. And also to be shield bashed by it every 2 seconds. That's true as well. I wish to show that off. And one more hit. Should do it. The butterflies die along with him. I don't know if they make the noise. Do you make the cool noise? Oh, it doesn't make the cool noise. Well, that doesn't matter. The Dragonslayer Armour, controlled by the Pilgrim Butterfly, not Pygmy Butterfly, lost its master long ago, but still remembers their sporting hunts. And that is it. That's the first half of Lothric Castle down. And of course, we're going to be ending the video there. Let's go get this bonfire, and then instead of going back to Firelink Shrine, I have a different idea. Why don't we jump off the cliff? Here's the bloodstain right next to the bonfire. I probably should have waited a bit to move it over there in case it'll be harder to see, but okay, yeah, I'm not seeing it. So, I do not seem to be able to show this off after all. Okay. Well, remember how in the previous video I mentioned that there was somewhere in Lothric Castle you could drop your bloodstain, and then you could see it in the sky of Archdragon Peak? This is that area. I did try to do it, but I think maybe the bloodstain was too close to the bonfire, and maybe like it was inside the wall of Archdragon Peak. Either that or you actually can't see the bloodstain from the bottom. But either way, this bridge is the place, and resetting the area fixed the edges so we can't actually jump off anymore. I can't kill myself. What a shame. Oh well. With the first half of Lothric Castle done, let's get back to Firelink Shrine. We've got quite a bit to do here since we have the Divine Tome for Irina. Let's start with Soul Transposition. I'm trying to make a bunch of decisions at once. That's why my character was going like, oh, I don't know what to do. Thou to returned. What a fine day it is. So we can get the Dragonslayer Great Axe. I recognize this. Melted iron great axe that once formed part of the Dragonslayer armor, thickly imbued with the power of lightning. Use the skill to draw upon the techniques used to slay the archdragons. Skill is Falling Bolt. Hold axe high in the air to gather fierce lightning and smash ground to whip the bolts to the ground. This weapon is pretty darn effective against Sister Frida, I've seen. It's big, it's strong, it does deal standard damage, which she isn't particularly weak to, but lightning will help out a little bit. Then the shield, not as interested. Melted iron shield that once formed part of the Dragonslayer armor. The shield offers high protection to lightning, which the Dragonslayer commanded as his own. And its skill has faint echoes of the Dragonslayer's own fighting style. Shield Bash, without lowering your guard? Okay, that's just Shield Bash. I'll get this, since I'm more interested in it. in it. I won't use it though because it requires 40 strength and I am halfway to that, so I can't use it. That's fine. I'll bump up faith to 15. Don't worry, I won't remain at level 101 forever, but for now, I'm happy with these stats the way they are. I think we can go all the way to the end with this.
Farewell, Mace.
Mayst thou thy peace discover indeed. Irina! It's been a long freaking time since we spoke. I have something for you.
Oh,
The Braille Divine Tome of Lothric.
oh, you've brought me a Braille Divine Tome. Now I can tell new tales of miracles. Tales of the greater miracles can be quite the epics. What fun we will have.
Did she always say that? Probably. This unlocks Bountiful Light, gradually restore high HP, Blessed Weapon, and Magic Barrier. Let's see. A short period in history, cleric sorcerers oppose one another. Those became necessary for even simple clerics to have some means of opposing magic. Okay. Increases magic absorption, covering the body, white protective coating. Okay, cool. I'll buy those right away. And now, with every miracle bought, we have successfully progressed Irina's quest.
Thank you ever so much, sweet champion. May your solemn duty conclude in triumph.
Actually,
Do you wish?
I do want to talk real
I
quick.
was not meant to be a firekeeper, but I am honored to serve you beside the bonfire. The gods are ever merciful. My gratitude lies with them and with you. I am yours now. Your wish is my command.
Now, I don't want to force you into anything, though.
Thank you ever so much.
Okay, well, before I show this off, I'm actually going to change armor real quick. Going with the robe and skirt of prayer, but with the same gloves and crown, because honestly, I like this crown a little bit more than the Pyromancer crown, since it shows the back of my head very well. Unfortunately, the skirt of prayer is unique in that it doesn't come with shoes. Well, whatever. We can deal with it. Let's reload the area. Back over to Irina, we can see she's gone. Where is she, you may be asking? Well, good luck figuring this out without just randomly searching in random places. There I go, being all redundant again. I'm redundant quite often. I can't help it. She is over in the tower where you got the Estus ring, I believe? Yes. She is in here. Sitting in a dark room with no light sources at all aside from those candles which barely do anything, around corpses of firekeepers. Are you sure you want to be in here? You can go sit with the firekeeper at the bonfire, the main bonfire.
Sweet champion of Ash, let souls be your strength.
I think I might actually take a level up from this. She doesn't say anything when you leave. Got a bunch of crestfallen knights, nothing better to spend them on. Bam. Is that enough? Oh my god, that's not enough.
Let souls be your strength.
Okay, I'll take some vitality, I guess. Sure. And then I guess I can get vitality up to 20. I could deal with that. Let's have 60 equip load. That's all you say.
Let's...
I could have sworn you said more than that. Man, I thought you wanted to be a firekeeper. Like, when we first talked to you in the Undead Settlement, you said you wanted to be a firekeeper. And you sound like you're working a minimum wage job. Maybe being a firekeeper is kind of a minimum wage job in this universe, but... then why would you come to Lothric seeking that? Man, I'm gonna travel to the city of New York so that I can work at Walmart. Has anyone ever thought that in their lives? Well, this is supposedly the good ending to her quest. She also... did she have like a hood up? I guess she put it down. You can see that she's blonde. Alright, cool. This is supposedly the good ending to her quest, since she did get what she was seeking from coming to Lothric to become a firekeeper. Once this happens, if you come back into the Undead Settlement, back to the jail cell where she first was, you'll find Aegon. Dead. How? I don't know. But I presume if you progress the quest to this point, he is no longer available for summon up for Dragonslayer Armour. I don't know why he's here, but he gives you his great hammer and the moaning shield. Do I want that? Morn's great hammer, not Aegon's great hammer, but still. Great hammer bestowed upon Karim knights which demonstrate outstanding strength and unwavering faith. Decorated by a warding charm of Karim Temple and imbued with the twisted rage of Apostle Morn. I feel like they reuse a lot of names in Elden Ring, because, like, in Elden Ring, there's an area called the Weeping Peninsula. I don't consider this a spoiler. Game's been out for a long time now. At the end of the peninsula is Castle Morn. Same Morn as Morn's Great Hammer. And at the start of the Weeping Peninsula, you find a woman who came from there, and her name is Irina. There's also a tunnel called Gale Tunnel, but to be fair, when you're making an open world game, there's only so many names you can come up with. It's why, like, all the mountains and decoration stuff in Breath of the Wild are all named after the previous Zelda games. Morn's Rage, stick weapon to earth and emit a powerful shockwave, also similar to Perseverance, separately boosts poison and reduces damage received. Okay, cool. A deformed great shield given to Aegon of Karim upon being conferred knighthood. The giant woman's face that protects Aegon is that of his sister, some years his senior. Skill Moan. No thanks. Offer a gentle prayer to the shield, causing the woman's face to give out a low moan and attract enemies. Okay, so looks like I was wrong about shields having only 3 skills. Most shields only have 3 skills, but there are some that have special ones. Like, I think that icon means special skill. Shield Strike, Moan, Stone Flesh, this, Dragon Roar. For the most part, though, it's just going to be parry, possibly spell parry, shield bash, and weapon skill. Now, back to the quest line. This is not the only way that it can end. If you give her one of the Dark Miracle books, either, I think, Braille Divine Tome of Londor or Braille Divine Tome of something else, either of those. Deep Braille Divine Tome, that's what it is. Londor or Deep Braille Divine Tome. If you then buy any of the Dark Miracles from her, the quest does not end like that. It does not end with her becoming a Firekeeper. Apparently, Aegon comes in and takes her from you, according to Fextra Life Wiki. I'm not sure exactly what happens, but Aegon can then be found hostile in the Cemetery of Ash, just after Udex Gundir's arena. I think if you kill him, Irina will show up after that, and some stuff happens. I'll just, it's nothing like dark or grotesque or anything like that. It's just some extra stuff happens that I've never played or seen myself, so I can't really provide any information on. Either way, if you give the Dark Tomes to her, and then don't buy it from her, and then buy every other miracle with all of the other Divine Tomes you can give to her, she will then become a Firekeeper, and she will drop the Dark Divine Tomes on the ground next to her over in the tower, so that you can pass them over to Carla and get them from the proper merchant. So yes, if you do give her the Dark Tomes, you are not screwed out of that normal ending, supposedly the good ending, even though she doesn't seem that happy about it. All you have to do is just not buy those miracles from her, and then you're good. Before I go, I want to make one last thing. I'm guessing I fully upgraded it. Oh yeah, I did. I was at +8, right? There we go. Reinforced Club is now +10. It's all ready to be used in the next video. The nice thing about buying stuff from people, like buying the miracles or whatever, or buying the upgrades from Andre, is that the prices of items in shops does not increase as the game goes on, unlike your levels. So really, you can just, at this point in the game, you can go into Lothric Castle, kill all the enemies there, go into the Ringed City, do either of those things, and you will have plenty of souls to buy whatever you want. That'll be all for this episode. We went up to the first half of Lothric Castle and fought the first boss there, the Dragonslayer Armour, which we already defeated in the Ringed City. Now we know why the item description says that we beat the Dragonslayer Armour, because supposedly we do so in the base game, even if we go to the Ringed City first. It's weird, but it's all wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey nonsense, as a certain character would say. Next time on Dark Souls 3, we're aiming for the top. Thank you all for watching, if you did watch, and as always, I will see you all in the future.